Hello, my name is Jordan Gibbs here at the Career and Technical Ed at Gold Lake High School. I am in my research and development class and I want to show a bit about what I've been developing on. Now, when I say development, I don't mean like I'm a developer. I mean like I'm researching a topic and I'm um, trying to do something with what I've researched. And what I've been wanting to do is I've been wanting to get into networking and I want to do CCNA and all that other stuff. So I figured a good starting point would be to find some courses, free courses. And I found that NetworkChuck's course works for me. Um, and I wanted to show a bit about what I've been learning in there so far. Now, I haven't gotten too deep into that as I've been doing other things as well, such as cable management. Those screenshots will be on my ePortfolio if you want to check them out. But for now, let's get into what I've been learning. This will be a pretty short video as I haven't been learning as much as I'd like, but what I've learned so far since the first video is I've learned a bit about what hubs are and what switches are. Now, hubs, the main difference between them is, well, from what I've heard back in the day, people would use hubs instead of switches. Switches are more of the new thing, but hubs, let's say we wanted to send, or let's say we wanted to send Harry Potter a message from Ron's computer, right? Well, I think it'd be better to show you what a switch looks like actually. So a switch, um, networking. It looks something like this. You'll see a bunch of different pictures on it. They all look different. Some could be longer than others. Some could be shorter than others. And a hub kind of looks like the same thing. Um, Pretty much exactly the same thing. There we go. And then type that in. Yeah, it looks just like this. Now, the main difference between these two that I found out is that let's say we wanted to send a message to Harry Potter from Ron. Um, if Ron sends a message to Harry Potter, um, the message would get sent to everyone basically. And I think a good way to showcase this is by using the functions and whatnot inside Cisco Packet Tracer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this simulation here, and I'm gonna click on Ron's computer or laptop, I should say. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to desktop, and I'm gonna go to the command prompt. Now we have IP addresses, we have MAC addresses. The layer 2 is what the MAC address is. It's what the hub and the switch recognize the device as. And the IP address is just the name for the internet connection that they have. Or that's a bad way of explaining it. It's the name that connects over the internet for them. That's what it is basically. I'll explain more in a later video once I get my words right. I can't say it off the top of my head, but yeah. So I'm gonna use the ping command to ping Harry Potter. So to do that, since I'm pinging over a network, I'll put the ping command, and I'll put their IP address in there. So I'll do ping.2.2, and I'll enter that in. We're pinging 32 bytes of data. Now it's important to note that IP addresses are 32 bits encrypted. So now we see that we have a message here, and if we go click on it, we have the OSI model, and it's currently in layer 3. Now, as it recognizes a device and IP address, if you see the destination is the IP 10.1.2.2, and yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna click this fast forward button 2 times, and we see that it goes to the hub. Now watch something else that's gonna happen. Alright, now we see that it's layer 1 because it's traveling through the ports, right? So we're gonna click it, and what just happened? The message went to everyone. Now, usually, um, these computers right here, if they got a message and they know it wasn't from them, they'd usually skip right over it. But it's not very good if that person happened to be a hacker or something like that, because that's all data and they could get their hands on it if they wanted to. Um, but as we see here, we have the messages received to Harry Potter. And if we click on that, it's now in the layer 3, layer 1, and yada yada yada. The message has been received. I think that's it. And then it sends a ping message back, but to everyone. Alright, now I think it's time to stop that. Let's click out of that for a second. And now we're going to go over here to switches. Now, switches are the same thing. The main difference, though, being that instead of sending a message to everyone, it will send it to the right destination. As the switch, unlike the hub, recognizes the MAC addresses and remembers them in their database, so they know which ones to send it to which. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ping Mark from Johnny. So we're going to go to desktop. We're going to do command prompt. And we're going to, well, I think I got to get my simulation going. There we go. So now I'm going to do ping. Sorry if it's off to the side for a second. 10.1.1.2. Oh, I typed that in wrong a little bit. Oh wait, nope, I typed it in right. Okay, so now we're gonna ping that. It's pinging 32 bytes of data. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the fast forward button a few times. We see the messages here, and we see it's in layer 2 as well because it recognizes the MAC address. Remember, over here it was only in layer 1, so it sent it to everyone, right? But here we have the MAC address as well. It's using the MAC address to recognize the device that it wants to send it to, which I think is pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward again, and we see the message has only been received by Mark. And if we click in here, we have the OSI model, layer 3, layer 2, layer 1, and that's about all there is to that I've learned. Now I have been doing some things with chords and stuff like that. I have a server at the school that I've been working on with a great mentor. So I'll show you some more development as I go along in this journey. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a good day.